how it goes.
Here we go. Awesome. Hello, Axel. My name is Nina Sved. I'm the head of marketing in LAAIMPA, and I'm very excited to introduce you to our winners' interviews. Congratulations on winning the award for Best Short Film. Massive. Your work, Before My Silence, deeply moved us, me personally, with its quite quiet emotional power and thoughtful storytelling. So we would like to ask you a few questions about your creative process and vision.
Sure.
Alrighty.
So thank you very much. It begins. I always like to hear when people see the same things in the film I try to produce. So and this feeling and this emotion. So thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Yes, of course. And uh, I have so many questions for you because while watching this video, at first I thought that what this grandma, her story is gonna be more about just the war itself. I
Mhm.
thought it's gonna be about most likely World War II when a lot of Germans were against it and they were, protesting. But then it led me to a whole another period of time in our history where women were fighting for their rights. And I realized that this is getting deeper and deeper on so many levels. What was the initial inspiration behind telling the story of a woman who has lived like 100 years and is finally ready to share her inner confession?
So it basically started today because I thought that we are living in times where everything feels like it's repeating itself.
Mhm.
So we have democracies where people are getting chased and haunted again, and for no reason. So, and the same happens to, I mean, majorities maybe, but I would not call women majorities. So that's even worse. That women are taken rights from women, and it's not happening everywhere, but it's the signs are there, and um, that's where I came from. I thought when this is happening right now, and someone lived for 100 years, maybe someone who lived the protest and who did all this, so who started with the World War II and who also experienced in the 70s and the 60s that female rights and women's rights were cut down. How would they feel now? So
Mhm.
when they feel that everything is coming back, kind of, and they can't do anything against it because they are too old. So that's where it came from. So not really from, yeah, it tells a story of someone who lived in World War II and was protesting, but really what happening now is repeating history.
And you could have shown it through a dramatic, either a war situation or a female protesting, but you chose a very different route. Why was it important for you to portray resistance and internal struggle, not through action or historical scenes, but through a single quiet moment of reflection at the edge of that cliff?
So the edge of that cliff was a picture I had in mind.
Mhm.
So I'm not sure if I started with it, but I had this in my head, and I thought this is the moment where this woman is reflecting her life, and it's also a dramatic scene where we, of course, the viewer thinks she might fall or
Mhm.
want to fall or end it somehow. Um, so that was the picture, and I thought that was strong because it really shows the viewer that it's a dramatic situation. And when it comes to all this cinematic big picture stuff, I had that in mind, and I did prompt it. I tried it, and it did not feel right. So um, I thought maybe I need flashbacks when she's talking about something, and we should see her in a younger age fighting against something or protesting or stuff like that. But it did not feel right. The same is with talking. I did not think it would have made it better if she told the story really. So I felt it was most impressive when she is with her inner voice. And that is something I think that makes the film so emotional. The voice is actually my voice.
Oh, wow.
Because I spoke it, I acted the
Mm-hmm.
whole film,
Mm-hmm.
and just I used AI to change my voice to the voice of an old woman. But
Wow.
it's really me acting the emotions and everything.
Wow. So the actor, director, brains behind everything.
It's
Wow, that is so amazing. And actually talking about that cliff and that final image, the final image of this, you know, elderly woman in her wheelchair.
Mhm.
She's looking out at the ocean. She seems very powerful. But was this moment about farewell, peace, freedom? Was that her saying, I did my job, now it's your turn? Or was that her, uh, her, what is happening there? How is she feeling? Is she living good about what's happening in the world and she's living into a better place? Or is she saying, I'm done, it's your turn now?
But she's not leaving good because she is more like devastated because she feels that no one is doing enough against what is happening right now because we all should know better. We have seen it before. And she does not have the energy and strength to do it anymore. So the only thing she can do is tell the people that they have to act. They have to, of course, they have to take her protest and yeah, and fight against all this, whatever it is. It can be anything. It does not need to be just female rights or right wing. It's everything. So when there's something that's not going well, speak up. That's the last thing she can tell. She cannot do anything more.
That is an amazing way to send that message because, you know, we're here in in the United States, for example, very often, especially before elections, we're trying to make people go vote, go vote. But I
Mhm.
think if instead of that campaign, we would use something about an elderly person saying, we fought for our freedom, we fought for democracy, we fought for the rights, we fought for this, we fought for that, people would understand that a lot of people have spent their whole lives fighting for what we have now. And now we cannot even choose our own future, the future of our children, by just going and leaving a little check mark. I think that really puts things in perspective. And that is a great idea for a marketing campaign for, I mean, I know it's a short film, it's very deep, it's very emotional, but that is such a universal idea that you can send any message to your children maybe or to masses. And wow, the way you came up with it, I think it's so deep. How much of that was AI telling you to do it in such a quiet way, and how much of it was your own decision of making it the way it is?
That was everything was my decision.
Everything was your idea.
I could have done it completely different. So, and
Yeah.
when I did it, I was alone in Latvia. It's a
Uh-huh.
small country in Europe.
I know.
and so holiday, but alone with my dog. And I had the time. I just was me and the story. So I really could do.
Beautiful. How long
Um,
did it take you, if you don't mind me asking?
um, well, it's hard to say. The idea and the visual of the cliff and everything, that was um, that was not that much work. That
Mhm.
was just yeah, it was a spontaneous idea.
Yeah,
But it took a while until I developed it into such a story.
the technical
And
parts
what
too.
I always do, I'm observing stuff, and when I see something that inspires me, I maybe I take it and yeah, create more out of it. So, and when this story, I started just to write the voiceover in my notebook, and started to think what might she want to tell us. So and just writing, and then AI came in place, making yeah, my ideas come true somehow.
Wow.
But yeah, it was kind of exactly planned like it is.
Yes, at first while watching this video, first couple seconds, I was thinking that maybe you had a grandma who was sharing stories with you and you decided to create it by using AI. Now I'm learning that it came from your head. It's just a mastermind behind this situation. But that triggered something in me. I think a lot of children are missing grandparents or parents or a dear friend. And I think with AI, maybe it's a little bit selfish, but we can recreate what we remember about them by using a prompt. For example, my grandpa, he at the dinner table would tell the same story at every holiday. Every holiday, he would say the same story. So everyone knew the story by heart. And we were like, oh my God, he's starting again. And when he passed away, we're sitting and we're like, no one is saying the story anymore, And I thought that another great use for AI that you're showing to us is that we can maybe bring a little bit of that person back to us. Maybe by using a prompt, I can, after using the prompt for a long, long time for me, because that's gonna take me forever, but maybe I can create that moment of my grandpa telling that story, and I thank you for that.
Yeah, maybe something else that's not the same topic, but we have to be careful with AI and real stories, because, for example, my Instagram feed, Before My Silence, is really successful, and it reached almost 100% audience that are not my followers, that don't know anything about AI, that don't know my background, that don't have anything to do with me. So even the engagement is extremely high. So many comments and likes and more than 3,000 shares and everything.
Wow.
So this is going out in the world, in Germany. It's mostly German speaking people. But what I recognize is that they don't recognize if she is right, if she's a real woman or not. And some people spot that it's AI, and then they don't feel the story anymore. So I read it in the comments. So it's really different how people react to this, even if the story is meant in a good way and is a good story. It could be that AI is killing it somehow, the feelings.
I think it's still very fresh for a lot of users. Like I was saying in my previous interview, we have people that are divided in half. Some people use it on daily basis, from like recipes to scheduling to work, and some people who are so against it they don't even want to open and try to talk to Chat GPT. And I don't judge them. Change is hard. It's new. We do not know what to expect, but I think it's time to adapt, because this technology will be in our lives sooner or later. It's gonna happen to everyone. Like nowadays we have people buying robots who are cleaning for them, so it will happen. We have to accept it. And especially when it's put in something so deep, and it's not just something like grotesque. I think it's a misconception, because the first AI art was mostly very futuristic, even scarier stuff for us, for people who are family oriented, who are having a 9 to 5, and they're living in their little perfect world, and they do not want to know about some crazy robot. They, they just want their family together. And that first art really triggered them. So now for them, AI, that's automatically something scary and bad. But I think your work could be that bridge for people learning that, oh my God, hey, using AI, I can hear this story. I can send that message. I can talk to a significant other. And that is a very smart use of AI and appropriating it for the masses.
Yeah, thank you very much. True.
Of course, going back to your submission, the visual style is very minimalist, yet it's deeply expressive. Which AI tools or models did you use to achieve this realistic lighting, the skin texture, and the subtle facial expressions?
So I updated the film now and then because the tools got better and
Ah, I see.
and but I did not really change a lot in the story. But I started with Midjourney.
Mhm.
I think Midjourney is still kind of the best when it comes to emotional visual pictures, generating emotional pictures. And yeah, but lacking of other stuff like hands and can be really awful what Midjourney is doing. But the light and the cinematic feel is it's really great if you know how to handle it. So that was basically Midjourney, and the first videos were also made with Midjourney.
Mhm.
And later I used different ones like Kling and even Veo and even Nano Banana in the end because it was very much easier to recreate or to have this consistency with Nano Banana instead of Omni reference in Midjourney.
Mhm.
So that was this a picture and video, and the music is audio, and I added with Adobe Premiere and 11 Labs, of course. There are so many tools.
So many tools. And then you said that that was my main question is it was the facial expressions, but you said that you acted that out. Which platform did you use for that and
I
how
acted the voice, not the
the
facial
voice?
expression because
Mhm.
she's not talking. I did not do lip sync, so it's just the voice, and that was 11 Labs. So I created a voice. I did not just take a grandma from scratch. I created this voice, and then you can just do voice to voice. Is it the same? Is it right? But
Why not?
actually, yeah, I didn't. I can just change my voice with 11 Labs to this voice.
Amazing. And I think that combination of this many tools and of your own voice in it because AI can generate um, text to voice, but very often it's important, the pauses. I can say the same sentence and certain pauses can transfer a whole different mood. And I think you being the voice behind it is what made it so sensitive and so real.
And if it was just text to voice, it would not have worked.
That
Not at
would
all.
not have worked. Awesome. So after creating Before My Silence, do you see yourself continuing to explore AI film making, and where do you feel this new form of cinema might take your storytelling next?
Um, so I did a lot of stuff before my silence, exploring a lot, and but the future, I'm not that sure. But I think I will go more in this direction of social topics and not exactly like before my silence, but I want to reach the people with something they can relate to, with topics that they, yeah, where they with world problems and issues where they live in. So and how to solve it, how to find hope maybe. So I think that's a good thing that suits me, and I like to do that. And so I think it might go in that direction.
Amazing. I love hearing that. I love that you're doing it all for a great cause. And, as a woman, you speaking about women's rights in your submission was truly important to me as well. And I thank you for that. And me and the LAAIMPA team hope to see more of your submissions soon. Thank you so much, Axel.
Thank you very much. I'm
Thank you.
working on
Yes, please.
it.
Have a good one.
Good
I
night. Oh, good day.
appreciate you being here. Yes. Thank you.
Thank you.